Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's safe to say that Mitt Romney wants to impeach President Trump. Now, he wants to do so because to Mitt Romney, to a person like Mittens, he can still become president one day. Now, if you're laughing or, spitting out coffee while you're listening to this or looking at this segment in dismay and shock because I just said that President Mittens Romney is a thing to not just the senator, but also a great many people within the Republican Party. It wouldn't have to be Mitt Romney. It would be an establishment Republican. There's the John Kasich, Paul Ryan, John McCain, Mittens Romney, Jeff Flake, Marco Rubio type of, even though Marco Rubio probably doesn't favor impeachment, he would probably straddle the fence if push came to shove. But there are people who still believe the Republican Party could go back to a more mainstream, more docile, more establishment type of political party. They would like the praise or the acceptance of CNN and MSNBC and the New York Times and the Washington Post, because what's taking place right now is President Trump is like an existential issue to media, to journalism, to establishment politics in Washington, D.C. So if you look, and according to Mitt Romney, he'd probably vote. He not only does he want impeachment, but he would probably vote to convict. In the Senate, you would need 67 votes, and the Republicans control the Senate. So obviously, President Trump is not going to be kicked out of office. The impeachment would be a farce and a theatrical performance also, just like the DNC primary, which, like I said, now everyone's writing about it. Now everyone's talking about it. Clinton is going to run. I called this 2 years prior in 2017. People said I was nuts, but I was right. But anyway, if you look at articles written, Donald Trump is just 6 Senate votes from impeachment. This is an independent article written in August of 2017. Talks about people like Mitt Romney and other senators who would possibly vote to convict President Trump. 12 Republicans have no fear. Okay, so this would be after impeachment, I believe, and then the conviction vote. So, but you have to look at, he talks about 12 rebellious senators here who've shown no indication to work with this president. He's Mr. Trump 6 votes away from Senate conviction. Okay, this was, of course, typical, usual media. I was going to say nonsense, but in this case, there might be some truth to Mittens and a whole bunch of other people. But what's the point here? The point is you have to look at the popular vote that Romney. If you look at what Romney got in 2012, the popular vote was almost 61 million votes. 60,933,504 people voted for Mitt Romney in 2012. Okay, 60,933,000. That's almost 61 million. To Romney, Trump got a little less than 63 million. So to Romney and to establishment Republicans, that is an indication that they're still relevant. Because let's see how much, well, actually, it's kind of interesting. Let's look at the campaign. So Romney, 2012, Trump only spent $600 million, okay, and he still won. But Romney, if you look at what he spent in 2012, 449,507,000. So if you look at I'm trying to give you the Mitt Romney perspective of why he thinks he can become president eventually, and why he wants to impeach Trump, and why all of this rivalry, or this why President Trump is calling him out, why Mitt Romney is backing Democrats and the corrupt intelligence officials on saying that Trump did something wrong in a conversation in which he didn't do anything wrong in. But anyway, why is Romney turning on Trump the way, Paul Ryan and all establishment Republicans turn on Trump? Because they don't think that there's been that much of a paradigm change, even though there has been a tremendous paradigm change. The establishment Republicans will never, ever again defeat a Democrat. Ever again defeat a Democrat in a presidential election. But if you look, Romney spent less than President Trump, okay, and in 2012, and he got almost as many votes. Now, of course, he got crushed in the Electoral College, all right? But that's not the way they think. If he gets around 61 million votes, and he spends only $450 million, okay, and he just looks and says, yeah, Trump did a good job by being outspent 2-1, $1.2 billion to $600 million, but I was outspent also. And I got just as many people in the popular vote. And guess what? And this is the real issue. It's not just the money spent, and it's not just the popular vote. Mittens truly believes that he is the wholesome, good, picture of Americana that people who enjoy Marco Rubio and Paul Ryan and the average American will vote for if they don't like Trump's personality. So what he'll do eventually is very likely try to become more of a populist in terms of his message and say, hey, well, I can give you everything Trump can give you, but with a nicer personality and a more polished appearance and presence. So in 2024, he's probably thinking of running in 2024. So let's see, Mitt Romney age. So he's 72. Okay, he'll be what, 76 or 77. But you know what? He actually looks like he's in good shape. So if he'll start running at 76. Okay. Bernie Sanders right now, God bless him, I wish him the best, is 78. Okay? All of these President Trump right now is 76. So, or 7, yes. How old is Trump? So, you have to understand or 73, sorry. So President Trump 73, he would only be 76 when he ran again. So, Mittens is going to run in 2024. Because everyone knows that President Trump can't be defeated. Now Clinton's going to run; she's going to lose again, and she's going to run in 2024. That's with whether or not she gets indicted. And I believe eventually she will get indicted because she's committed too many crimes. I mean, it's just too many crimes. But anyway, I was the only person saying that she was going to run, and she is. And she's going to lose again, which is completely and utterly irrelevant. But why do you think that Mitt Romney always has to position himself as the anti-President Trump? Because he enjoys being a senator? No. He's eventually going to run again for president because he thinks that because of the popular vote, because of the money spent and the popular vote, and the fact that he's more presentable, or he thinks he's more presentable to the mainstream media and to people who just don't like Trump's personality, he thinks he has a chance. This is just the other day. Is there any chance the GOP is about to turn on Trump? And of course, there's a picture of Mitt Romney. There's also the belief, ladies and gentlemen, that Trump is this anomaly, that the Republicans didn't know what they were doing, that I mean, you have to understand there are millions of people in the country that truly believe Trump is something he's not. They truly believe that Trump is a sinister, just, virtually diabolical human being. They basically think that he's Hillary Clinton. But there's people who truly believe this, and they cannot discuss the issue in a rational manner because President Trump's personality and the media portrayal of Trump is so extreme. Well, no, the media portrayal is so extreme. President Trump's personality, they don't like. They just don't like his personality. He's obviously abrasive, obviously calls people out, and they think it's unpresidential and it's horrible and he's bad. And if you tell them, hey, he signed prison reform legislation, First Step Act, a record low unemployment nationally, now 50-year low, it went even below the previous record. They don't care. You're talking about people who just want any possible alternative to President Trump. So yeah, Mitt Romney thinks that he could run in 2024. That's why he's doing this. In a way, it's his little campaign. Now, he's definitely not going to become GOP nominee. They already lost with him. But see, if you give a politician any reason to believe that he or she can run and win again, they're going to go. That's why Clinton is running again. In her viewpoint, and I've always stated this, she only lost. She won the popular vote, okay? So in her viewpoint, more people voted for her, even though she outspent Trump 2-1, which also completely undermines the nonsense that Russia interfered in the election. But see, they don't care about that. They're going to just, spew competing propaganda spins. It doesn't matter. It's the way they work, the way Clintons and Democrats, as much mud thrown as possible to make everything morally relative. That's the only thing they care about. They want to make everything morally relative. So then they fabricate and set up Trump. He didn't work with Russia to interfere in the election. There's not a shred of evidence to even support the notion that Russia would be afraid of Clinton. The basis for all of this is that Russia is afraid of Clinton. That's the opposite is true. Bill Clinton met at Vladimir Putin's home. They know it's a package deal. They know that if Bill Clinton would be first husband. And what could be better for Russia than an idle Bill Clinton in the White House, in the Oval Office? It'd be the best. So, I don't know what to do today. Oh my goodness. Does anybody want to have lunch? Oh, you look kind of cute. Well, you want to have lunch? Come on now. No, not you, Mitt Romney. I'm talking to the person right next to you. Hi there. So the whole thing's nonsense, but it's important to understand in aggregate why all of this is taking place. It's taking place because there are a bunch of people who truly believe, well, Clinton is running. She truly believes she can win. She's not going to win. She doesn't care. She won't care if she doesn't because there's always 2024. And this is a money-making endeavor. This has nothing to do with value systems. Zero. When you add a $350,000 a plate dinner in 2016 at a Hollywood actor's house for Clinton, which is, I believe it was $353,000. I believe it was like Clooney's, fundraiser or a fundraiser with another producer or whatever. Do you think don't you think that there are the wealthiest, most influential people in not just Hollywood, but in the tech industry, you name any industry where there are billionaires or, a whole lot of millionaires. Do you think they want Warren to run? They don't. She got off the plane the other day and nobody met her except Trump supporters. when you go to a $353,000 a plate dinner and there's a $50,000 a plate fundraiser, beginning middle of this month for Clinton, it is a networking function. You're not listening to, you don't care about what Clinton says about foreign policy. She's never had a foreign policy decision that ever worked out. Never. She voted for Bush's, horribly failed military interventions. Then, in President Obama's administration, she presided over the destruction of Libya with a failed NATO intervention. She knows, the Golden Muumuu virtually knows nothing about foreign policy and economic policy. You can just go. Do you think Goldman Sachs is paying either Clinton, maybe Bill, for their knowledge on economics or banking or global finance or venture capital, investment banking? You think they're really? No. It's a networking function. People go there, they spend $50,000 a plate, like they will in the middle, and then the money is funneled from the DNC. It's under the banner of a DNC fundraiser. But the money is funneled to Clinton's campaign, like it was. Tulsi Gabbard talked about this. This was written about by a really brilliant journalist, Kenneth Vogel, first in Politico, then in the New York Times. Okay? And John Solomon's written about this, okay, at The Hill. He's amazing. He's one of the great journalists in the world. You go to one of these fundraisers, and you meet other people who have access to money. Now, if you're looking for people who will fund your film or your tech company or whatever venture that you need capital and funding, then you're there with these people. You can talk to these people. You can get their contact information. And they have access to a whole lot of money. And that's what these things are about. It's not about politics. I mean, the politics is they use the notion of politics to just hide the fact that they're trying to raise money for whatever venture, under the guise of politics, all under the guise of politics. But yes, Romney wants to run again. Clinton will run again, and I'm the only person on the planet who stated this. And that's one of the biggest political calls of all time. And I will be right, ladies and gentlemen. So be on this channel. Tell your friends about this channel. Subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel as well. I guess, in conclusion, the Republicans have been altered. The GOP has been irrevocably altered, thank God, forever. From here on out, you're going to have a president that is you're going to have a GOP nominee more like President Trump and less like Mitt Romney. They'll never go back. They'll never, ever go back to the days where, John Kasich and Mitt Romney and others want to go back to. And what they don't remember is how poorly they were treated by Democrats and media. They either don't remember or they don't care. They obviously, the maniacal frenzy wasn't there, but they were hit pieces, negative stories. They went after Mitt Romney and John McCain. John McCain and Mitt Romney, they both went after in the most shameful manner. The Republicans actually went after Mitt Romney in the most shameful manner also. And Romney forgets this, which is really sad. And they went after, they tried to disparage John McCain's service, his war record. The Democrats did. So then they play this little hilarious game like, oh my God, Trump, look how disrespectful he's being. No, I mean, that was how they treated Mitt Romney. I mean, that was how they treated McCain. And so, I mean, it's just, it's just unbelievable. But the whole thing is hilarious. It's going to get even more It's going to get even more divisive. And let me tell you, people, it's not the Trump voters and it's not the conservatives. Trump voters don't care who you vote for. It's the Democrats that are going to be like, oh my God, I can't talk to this person if they vote for Trump, because they don't have anything to really latch on to. There's not a signature piece of legislation that Democrats want to push and Trump is vetoing. It's all about marketing and it's all about it's all about for people like Mitt Romney. And, well, Clinton is the Democratic Party is a political machine run by both Bill and Hillary. But for people like Mitt Romney, it's how can I utilize public relations to the best of my advantage? Well, I'll be known as the person who stood up to Trump. Therefore, that will help pave the way for my 2024 campaign. Because people will want a friendlier and more presidential Republican. This, by the way, if it's Clinton, because Clinton will run again in 2024. Like I said that she's going to run in 2020, and that's if and when she gets indicted, because I believe she'll eventually get indicted. Because people say like, "Oh, you're still on that, huh?" It's like, well, she still committed crimes, huh? Okay, and we're still talking. There's 130 people in the new Clinton email investigation. So those people actually emailed classified data outside of the United States government. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. We can go on forever about that. Give me your thoughts below. Mitten's going to run again in 2024. It's kind of hilarious. Now, he's kind of positioning himself to run again, and he's going to lose. If it's Clinton versus Romney, he loses. 2024 is going to be tough. And look, if Donald Trump Jr. runs, who knows about 2024? But I do believe that once Clinton loses again in 2020, she's looking 4 years later, and I do believe that Mittens is going to position himself for a 2024 run for office. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you so very, very much, and that's why he's so against Trump all the time. Thank you.